morning, Marysville. This is Charger Chat. I'm Madison McNeil. This is Sydney, and here's our guest. So, you are a lunch lady, but we'd also like to know a little bit more about who you are and your background and kind of who you came to be, where you are right now as far as career and just in life in general.
Well, I've always been in food service. I mean, I've done other jobs in between, but most of it's been food service. And I started in high school working at a pizza parlor. Of course, I lived in California, and one of the guys I worked with actually bought it, and now he owns it. So I can go down there anytime and go see him and visit his business. I worked there for 7 years. I worked up from just cooking pizza up to being the manager, cook, and bartender, because they served alcoholic beverages. And then had a break of time in my life where I had children after I got married, and so I didn't work for a while. And then it was good to be able to find a job that you could work and have your kids at home. And so I thought, well, food service, and I thought it was a good, reputable business to get into. It will always be there because we always have to feed the kids.
Yeah.
So I decided to become a lunch lady. I got in as a baker when we had titles. We don't have titles anymore, and we don't cook from baking from scratch anymore. We do a lot of baking from scratch, cooking from scratch, but not baking. So I was a baker for a while, and then moved. Just been here. I've been here 26 years, and retirement may be coming in about 6 more years.
Yeah, is that something, so retirement, is that something you've thought a lot about, or is it just kind of when that time comes, I'll just kind of see what direction my life
I have to
goes?
start thinking about it because it's getting close enough, and there's so much involved in it.
Yeah.
That you have to go to workshops and you have to learn what things you have to do and what time of each time, because different things are done at different times.
Yeah.
Until you get to that process of retirement.
Yeah. So being a lunch lady, is there kind of a schedule you have to stick to? Okay, I wake up and I do this at this time and then this at this time, or is it kind of just when I get to it, I can get to it?
No, it's everything's scheduled. Each one of us, because each one of us comes in at a different time. I'm here at 5 a.m. because I'm the one that prepares and does everything for the breakfast, and you have to have everything done right at a certain time.
Yeah.
Everything's done at a certain time, so everything gets done by the time we need it to have done.
Yeah. And do you like having that schedule? Working as a lunch lady, having that set kind of schedule where you have to do certain things, is that something that you just like, that you prefer having that set time that you have to do things?
Well, we're just so used to it.
Yeah.
And most of us that have been here for quite a while, most of the ladies in our kitchen have been there for quite a while.
Yeah.
So we're so used to it that that's just the normal for us.
Yeah.
Do you only serve breakfast, or do you serve for lunch?
Oh, I serve for lunch, but I don't have to do, because since I'm the kitchen manager, I have other duties that I have to do, paperwork and emails that come in, and take care of all the business part of everything, and make all, I don't make the menus up or our production sheets, but I have to make sure that all of that is done correctly. So there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I have to take care of, so I'm not out front all the time.
Yeah.
But I try to be up there up front in case something's needed, or see make sure everything's going on right.
So there's definitely more that goes into it than just making the food
Just
and
the food,
serving
right.
it.
There's more-
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ladies all have to do their production records. I mean, there's a lot of work involved, and it's not just cooking and putting it out on the table for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot more.
Is it since you guys have all been kind of working here for a while, is it kind of easier because you guys kind of all know each other, you kind of all have your flow, so it's easy to work together? Is that nice, to kind of have that?
Team.
Yeah.
You work as a team. You have to.
Yeah.
And you have to get, well, the other thing is you have to get along.
Yeah.
And we pretty much get along pretty well.
Yeah. Which is definitely nice in an environment, especially when there's not that many people. You want to get along with them,
Right. Well, we have 10.
Yeah.
10 of us. The 2 that work at the kiosk, but they're only here for that 3-hour period of time.
Okay, so you're here. Do you stay here till we get out of school, or do you stay till
I get done
lunch?
at 1:45.
Okay, and then that's not too bad. So then you still kind of have the day to do stuff. At least you're not getting off super late. So that's kind of nice. that you have like an earlier part of the day.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you answered already. How long have you worked as a lunch lady?
I'm in for the school,
Yeah, for the
district
school.
for 26 years.
Oh, okay.
Do you, I mean, obviously if you're planning on retiring in 6 years, you're probably going to stay here, but was there ever a point where you kind of wanted to switch school districts? Or
No.
when you got to
Why?
the school district, you're like,
Before.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I was at MP, I was the manager at MP before, then when we built this school, I moved up here.
Yeah.
I got the choice because I was a senior person on the list, so I was able to make the choice if I wanted to stay at MP or come to the new
Yeah.
one.
Did you like moving up to the new school?
At first I thought, I don't need to do that, I'll just stay here at MP.
Yeah.
But then as the school was getting progressed and I got invited to come up and take a look at the school and the kitchen and the environment of the 3 to 4 different schools in one.
Yeah.
Changed my mind. And I thought, oh, it'd be fun to work with all new equipment. Everything would be just perfect. Everything would run perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, when we got in the door, everything wasn't perfect. I mean, everything was brand new, but it wasn't all perfect. Some things
Yeah.
had to be rearranged. Some things had to change a little bit.
Yeah, but being like the first person using it, you kind of could set it like
Yeah, you could
more so how you
You
wanted.
could put it any way you wanted it. I mean, but it had to work the right way.
Yeah.
We had a problem. We had issues with not enough space in the kitchen. For when you open the doors, they have to open all the way because
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
get things out. Your pans won't fit in and out.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can't open the doors all the way.
So
And we had
going-
an issue with that at first, but
Yeah.
that was all resolved.
You know, being the manager, what is the biggest pressure you faced in your job?
The biggest pressure
Yeah.
is dealing with the staff if there is a problem, like a personnel problem.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing. The only other time that I feel any stress, it's in the beginning of the school year. But that's every year, because there's always change. And like this last year, we had a change of management companies. So that puts a big stress, because they do things completely different than the other ones.
So you kind of have to learn like a new style then.
Right, everything's different.
Yeah.
Your paperwork's all different, everything. It's like starting over completely.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice when they're the same company for a couple of years and you know the next year it's going to be sort of the same. So you
Yeah.
come in and it's a little bit more calm. But when you start with a brand new company, it's like everything is like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, you have to learn all these new things.
Well, it's just like you guys going if you remember going from middle school to high school.
Yeah, it's a jump.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
So we actually made a segment that's called Lunch Lady, and it's about like how lunch ladies interact with like students and stuff. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll probably come back and start talking a little bit more about what you do.
Okay.
So what can I get started for you?
Do you guys have any cookies? Oh, I'm so sorry. We actually just ran out of cookies, but we have a lot of other things if you'd like something else.
That's the only thing I freaking wanted. Done.
I guess cookies are pretty good. I just don't understand why she needed to be so angry at me.
Hi, do you have any cookies?
I'm sorry, I actually just told the girl before you, we just ran out of cookies.
You probably gave it to her, didn't you?
Okay, that was definitely a little tricky, but I got it this time. If they're gonna give that to me, just gotta give it right back.
Hi. So if it's okay with you, do you have any cookies that I can have?
Yeah, looks like you don't have any cookies, so I don't know what you're gonna do about that.
Okay, it's okay. I'll just try again tomorrow. Bye.
Oh my gosh, I was just mean to a freshman. They were the nicest kid I've ever met here. I just got way too over my head. I really need to take time to think about this.
Welcome to Charger Chat. We're still here with our lunch lady, that we're interviewing. We're going to get a little bit into children's nutrition. So what do you think about the First Lady's efforts to improve nutrition?
At first it was like, wow, because she tried to do too much too fast. You couldn't just completely change everybody's,
Yeah.
just randomly just do it. It would have been, I think it would have worked a lot better if it would have been gradual, take a little bit, which they are trying to do now, and like a lot of things got re-implemented. So it's not as stressful and as hard to find products that we can serve. Like when you realize that your snack bars and that can't serve as many of the things that we did before, and that's because of the new nutritional standards. And I believe next year it'll be salts that we have to take a look at and probably cut back on some of our salts and sodium. So I don't know about chips, what's going to happen with chips.
Yeah.
They may have to make, because all the companies did come out with different chips for you to buy that met the requirement. Now when it comes to sodium, I don't know what they're going to do because all chips have salt on them.
Yeah.
So I don't know how what they're gonna do to compensate for that, but each year we've had to meet some different requirement on fats and proteins and different things, and carbohydrates and things.
Yeah. Does that make it harder, or is it kind of like, it's just like a different style? You learn it and then it's better.
You just learn. I mean, you always knew, how to eat better. Everybody knows how they really should eat, but who wants to eat that way, right?
Yeah. So, in your opinion, how big is the childhood nutrition problem in the United States?
You mean like for obesity?
Yeah, or like just nutrition.
Well, I know it's quite, well, we're pretty open and free, and we have lots of, I can remember before they had fast food, much fast food. Now when fast food came out, everybody, moms, dads, everybody was excited because of the fast foods. It was like new to us.
Yeah.
And then we realized, but didn't realize that fast food was going to hurt us in the long run. And here we are today, and everything is fast food. And our lives are so fast and moving so much, and we have, even at our age, we think that life is going to slow down for us, and we're not going to be as active. And I think my life's more active once my kids were growing up like you guys.
Yeah.
And now they're 30 years old and gone and running their own lives, and my life's more busy now than it was when I was raising you at your age. So that's just where time has taken us.
Yeah.
So as I can see where fast food has just moved into our lives, but now we got to try and move out of that.
Yeah, they just made it so accessible. So it's kind of like having like the smartphone. It's just if you need to go on the internet, you don't have to go to the computer anymore. You don't have to write a letter. You don't have to do these things. You can just take it out, do it really quick.
Yeah,
and
I got my phone with me. It's got my whole life on it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my security system. If that's why I have to carry it with me, because now it's on my phone.
Yeah.
So if they call and say something's going on at the house, I gotta know.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's that way now.
So what's your advice to parents that would like to improve their children's nutritional habits?
I know that we've really tried to make the difference at school, and what you've seen, everybody has seen that we've done that. We need to know that, but see, it's hard to say. We'd like to say that we'd like for parents to eat better and serve more homemade meals, but that's hard to tell them to do when they're not there to do it because they have to work. It would be nice, but all you can do is try to buy better choices.
Yeah,
to have them available for your students or your kids, and that if they have to make their own meals, they can make something that's more nutritious by having the better choices.
Yeah.
I know that it's hard to get your kids to eat, like I can't get my grandkids to eat certain things because they don't want to eat peas or beans or something else that's good for them. It's hard to get you to eat, but if you can try and start that early in life and carry it on with you, it'll be a lot easier later.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that. since it's just been like my mom and I, she's, you know, having to work more. So she's like, when she gets off early, she can make the meals, but a lot of times she has to work till like 10, you know what I mean? So my dinner's like before that. And so then it's like my job
you're
to
on
either,
your own.
yeah, so it's either do I
Yeah.
warm up something like in the freezer or do I actually make something? And, you know, sometimes, you know, I have like sports and just all these stuff going on. It makes it difficult sometimes because I'm like, well, Mom, like make my dinner
Just-
for me.
Yeah, or just give me something I can grab and
Yeah,
make.
and a lot of times that's like, you know, the dollar menu at McDonald's, you know, just grab
Right.
something super quick, and it's like, it's not healthy, but it's accessible and it's easy to
Right.
do, and that makes
Right.
it hard sometimes.
So how much, if any, input do you have for when the menu is created?
None.
None?
Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. Because we can always, if they put something out and we know, and you guys, it's a dog, nobody's gonna eat it, I can report back to, and report that to them, and they can maybe make changes or do something about it. But initially, because everything's done on a, in which they're paid to do that, everything's done on analysis. Because you have to have so much protein per week, so much this, so much, you know, all your different carbohydrates and your fats and your salts and all that are
Yeah.
calculated into your menus. So that's why it's over a week, a whole week basis. So it's a calculation which I don't have, I mean, I already work 8 hours a day. If I had to calculate and do a whole program for lunch,
Yeah.
I'd have to work another 8 hours a day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
It'd
what
be
I
a
mean?
long
It
day.
would be- You can't work that much.
Yeah.
The school district can't kill me.
Yeah.
So if you could make changes in the food served, what would they be?
And the items that we
Yeah.
serve, I would like to take away the juice so much and put, make you, and not make you, but have you drinking more milk. Because I think milk is better than juice, because juice has a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, once in a while, you know, once in a while, or maybe just for breakfast would be fine, but, because we used to serve, before we started having juice at lunch, we would serve over 400, close to 400 milk a day. Now it's like 150.
Oh, wow.
So I would like to see more milk implemented back, you know, to push that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would be the number one thing first, right ahead, right off.
Yeah. When you guys like, because you said not as much stuff's made from scratch, right?
No, we're making, well, there's, every day there's, well, your nachos is made from scratch
Yeah.
every day, and all is your salsas.
Okay.
We make them all from scratch. Your main item that's beside the one that we serve next to the nachos now,
Yeah.
that's all usually cooked from scratch. Now your
Okay.
burgers, your pizza, they make the pizza and they crimp the pizzas, you know, the edges, and of course put it together.
Yeah.
But we don't make the dough. The
Yeah.
dough comes to us already pre-shaped,
Yeah.
and we just finish it. But so we do kind of half and half.
Yeah, like
Half
put together scratch,
right,
just kind
scratch
of
cooking
everything.
and some of it like your burgers and that, you know, come already preformed.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit more about, you know, we've been talking about stuff like that, but we have a segment that's called retirement because we have a teacher that's retiring, so we're going to go to that and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
Hello class, welcome. We are going to learn about math today. I hope you are all ready and willing to learn. Okay, turn to page 5. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys are ready and willing to learn. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to bust out the textbook again and for our test next week. Thank you. I know, I'm a joker.
Oh my god, she's so old.
Yeah, I don't even know why we're planning this for her. It's such a waste of our time.
Maybe we can get her some like socks or use the old food from the kitchen.
Let's just get this over with. I can't stand another day of her accent. Let's just be as nice as possible.
Finally, we're done.
We finally got this over with.
Oh, I'm so excited. Today is my party. I'm ready. Hello, my friends. Are we going to have my party now?
Oh, your hair doesn't look as damaged as yesterday.
Eyeliner looks so good today.
Oh my goodness, you guys are so nice to me. I do not deserve you guys at all.
I'm so sad you're leaving, Ms. Nuega. You were my favorite teacher. I'm gonna miss you next year.
Oh, you are so nice to me. That is why I have good news. I will be staying for 2 more years at least.
Oh, great. Yay!
Good morning, Marysville. Welcome back to Charger Chat. We are still here with Donna, and we're going to be talking more about the meals, leftover food, and the duties.
So what experience do you have in a cafeteria field?
What experience do I have? Each lady does a different duty in the kitchen, and of course, and being the manager, you have to be able to take over and do any of them that need to be done.
Yeah.
And like computers, I mean, you work on the computer, you're answering phones, there's every aspect of a job is
Yeah.
in the kitchen, even though you don't see all that.
Do you have to do like any like testing or like training for it or anything, or do you just kind of like shadow someone and then like do that with them?
When you have new people come in, there's always training.
Yeah.
I mean, because every kitchen is different.
Yeah.
Because if we have subs that come in when we have people that are out, everybody needs some, because every kitchen's different, and things are set up differently. So it may be a minimal amount, but
Yeah.
it will be some training. Almost anybody that comes in and takes over a position.
Yeah.
So what happens to the extra food at the end of the day? Like, where does it all go?
The food at the end of the day has to be thrown out. We can't do anything else with it. We're not allowed. I mean, we get to have our meals. So if we wanted to eat something from it, and have our lunch that way, we could. You can do that. In which we all have a lunch time.
Yeah. Do you guys throw it out just for like kind of like health reasons and stuff like that, or just because?
Well, number one, some of it would not. I mean, there's some things you can save.
Yeah.
That can be reused, but like the burgers, they have to be tossed if they're left over, because they'll just be mush the next day. It wouldn't be worth giving it to you. Like salads and that, we don't keep that. Anything that's open, like the bar, the meat bar, that has all the vegetables and fruit on it. Now, if we gave you fresh whole fruit, that can be reused, but if it's cut up fruit, it has to be thrown away if there's leftover.
Yeah.
Anything that's open, like your lettuces, that all has to be thrown out if it's left over.
Yeah.
So
Anything could fall into.
Yeah.
Thing.
Is there normally a lot of leftover foods?
No, at least not in our kitchen. We're pretty good. There's always something left over, but not a lot. And there's a couple of, like yesterday we had more left over than we expected. But we had 2 main items of course the nacho ball is number 1.
Yeah.
But the other item, because we had the teriyaki in the rice bowls.
Yeah.
Those are pretty popular. So more kids went for that than they did for a burger. So we had a few more burgers left over than we did the other stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think the kids like the food you serve?
They seem to. They do seem to. I mean, there's been times that we've had to introduce something else, and they didn't like it, and then we had to let our bosses know so that they could change the product to something else. So there's times that kids didn't like things, but they're usually they're excited when they see what's on the bar, on the main line. Because we have the pizza and the burgers every day, and the deli bar's there every day. But when they see what's on that other main line that changes every day, most of them are pretty excited when they come up and take a look and, oh yeah, they get excited.
Yeah.
So
Do you ever get negative comments? And if you do, how do you respond to them?
from the students?
Yeah, from the students.
Sometimes we do. Like if something seemed dry, or something like that. Maybe it wasn't wrapped properly. Maybe, maybe it was overcooked. we don't, there's not that many complaints. I mean, there used to be complaints because, why did you get rid of that? Why do we want that back?
Yeah.
You know, that type of
Yeah,
thing.
but there's no
But
like
when it
negative
comes
comments
to-
towards you.
No, most of them don't come, and I haven't had too many complaints about they didn't like something, you know, unless it was like those items I was talking about
Yeah.
that were introduced that they didn't care for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't get like, we don't have them coming up saying this didn't taste good. you know.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite thing to serve for lunch or breakfast to the students?
My favorite? Well, it used to be turkey gravy because that was like the real main full, because we would cook the turkeys, cut the turkeys, make the turkey gravy, make the mashed potatoes. Everything was from scratch, and that for a while that was the only thing we did from scratch anymore.
Yeah.
So turkey gravy, and we don't have it that much anymore because now we have to buy turkeys that are not raw because we don't buy that many raw products anymore. Everything is pre-cooked, and that was because of back when Jack in the Box and their first E. coli scare,
Yeah.
when then everything went to processed food, so that it took the burden of us having raw product
Yeah.
and having that issue with that. So everything's already pre-cooked. You don't have to overcook it when you bring it back up to temp. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to get overcooked. So
Do you think that having more processed food takes away from the nutritional value of the food?
it can, and two things. They could put preservatives in it to keep that, which I don't think preservatives are good.
Yeah.
So that's can be a fault of the food not being, so nutritional for you. The fact that some foods aren't the fat contents of them. The nutritional value are part of that. So.
Well, we have one more segment that we're going to go into, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about any last questions or anything else you might want to add, and we'll be right back with that.
Every student ever. Bro, you're not supposed to use music in class.
She's not gonna see it. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hi. We should go get something to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I don't have any homework. We can go.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye. I don't know why you called me. You're sitting across the table.
I know. Sorry.
I have to read this by the end of the month. I don't want to finish it. Yes.
Welcome back to Marysville. This is Charter Chat. We're still here with Donna, and we would like to ask any last questions you would like to answer, or anything
That
you'd
you want
wrap
to
up.
bring up or anything,
Yeah.
or anything that you think might be important for the people watching to know about anything that we've talked about. You're like, no.
Yes, here's a good one. There were so many students. I mean, each school has so many students, but we don't have not as many eat, and we have a lot of people that are on the program, the free and reduced program, that should be eating more food, should eat, and they don't all eat, and they should.
Yeah, that's kind of stressful because you can see it.
And we know there's a lot out there, but only a small portion eat, and they should participate with that.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
They need it. Not that you all don't need it, but you all.
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Even everybody out, even the rest of the staff and students. Not as many eat school lunch. And it may be because of the price item. That could be for you guys, that part of it. Maybe they feel it's too expensive.
Yeah.
But there's not we would like to see more students eat lunch and breakfast.
Yeah, that'd definitely be good. We just started, I don't know if it's a school-wide thing, but I know that we're doing an ISC, the backpack for kids, for like kids that don't get to eat on like the weekends and stuff like that.
Right. We did that. I think last year was the first year we did that.
Yeah, I think so.
I think. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good program.
Yeah.
And then of course they have during the summer feeding, food service has that. Some of us are hired for that.
And what is that exactly?
It's not,
What is that exactly?
It's a summer feeding program.
Okay.
Only certain schools, you have to meet a certain criteria to get state funding for that.
Yeah.
And I think it's got to do with free and reduced within each school, not the district. And so certain ones get the grant to have that, and then people are hired to. Some of our ladies will work during this because we don't work during the summer.
Yeah.
Because we're student day only employees. They'll hire them, and then they go and make. Some of them have a breakfast. It's a simple breakfast. It's not like an elaborate breakfast like we have in some of our mornings here. And then they'll have a lunch and a snack. And I know now some of the schools are even having dinner. Like Quilceda serves dinner. They have a dinner program now. So there's.
Yeah, that's definitely cool because not a lot of kids are able to do that like outside of school and stuff. So it's just kind of like their outlet for like eating and being around people and just a lot of different things.
And parents can go.
Okay, cool.
They'll pay a small fee, but they get to have the food too if they wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
So we're just trying to feed everybody as much as we can.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate you coming on the show. I definitely learned more than I knew about. There's definitely more that goes into what you see walking in a lunchroom and stuff like that. So yeah, just thank you again for coming on the show.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.